Happy Friday. Welcome to episode 7. I'm literally standing in the rain right now. Got a little onion powder, garlic powder. Oh geez. Spicy ranch. It's literally pouring right now, so you better smash that thumbs up button and subscribe to this channel. Last night, worked a gig with Sean again for a fundraiser. Tonight we have an anniversary party at the same place called the Marion. It's a very bougie place. The food looked amazing. I was starving, but I will be taking you through that for me. Kind of in a time crunch right now. It's 11 a.m. I have to drive an hour away from me to get there, so I have to leave here by 2 to be there by 3. So I'm gonna go crush this workout, get in and get out real quick, and I'll see you guys after. Donardo Brothers Entertainment, my boy Sean again, helping him out. We are working an anniversary party, and whoa, this light is bringing out the diet face a little bit, but our setup, we got sub, speaker, same thing on the other side, sub, speaker, and then in the other room for cocktail hour, we have a little satellite speaker with the phone hooked up, just with a little playlist going, because they're not going to hang in there long, but the food here looks so good. They have fondue. The anniversary parties for a Mexican couple, so they have like frozen margs, mini big bag sliders, fondue, chocolate covered bacon, like a chocolate chip cake, sushi, all kinds of stuff, all my favorite stuff. So I'm kind of torturing myself by being here, but it's okay. I like working these events, so. Good morning, happy Saturday. Got my iced coffee, so we're gonna do a little coffee talk. I'm gonna throw on my blue light glasses from Movement to go over the topic of today's video. Today's topic is my personal transformation from last year's prep to this year's prep up until today, well this week. I wanted to go through this because it's something I personally needed to see, because it does get very discouraging and very much easy to get in your head throughout the prep as you get so nitpicky and on every little thing and you think you're not where you're supposed to be. Stuff like that is very easy to flood thoughts into your head, and I just really wanted to go through to help myself feel better about things and show you that prep isn't just the shreds. There's a long way to get there, the reverse, bulk, and then there's a whole bunch to it, so we're gonna go through it right now. 5-minute limit. All right, so you guys are gonna see everything I'm seeing right here on my laptop, and then I'm just gonna kind of go through it, put together like a little PowerPoint for you. So here we go. This is the start of prep last year, February 2022. I had no idea I knew what bodybuilding was. I watched Christian Guzman and his vlogs, and I was like, you know what, I want to do this. I want to compete. I want to see what I would look like that shredded down to the bone, and I just really wanted to get my foot in the door and see what it was all about. So I went from like an everyday diet, like maybe eating 3-4 times a day, getting high protein. I was doing my own macros. I do know how to do macros. Just hitting my protein intake and, messing with, carbs versus like bulking myself up, coming down, whatever. So here I was probably just maintaining. I wasn't taking anything seriously. Like I said, just prioritizing protein. And we have pretty good size here. I mean, obviously I had no idea how to pose. These pictures are embarrassing. This was my first check-in with my coach, Sarah. I didn't even own a thong. So obviously I'm not girly. I didn't even own a thong to take a picture in. So obviously I had to buy one. But this is the start of prep. We went right into a full bodybuilding diet, which I had no idea what it entailed. Eating 6 times a day. And now that's easy for me versus for what I was eating then. It would have been easy right now, but then it felt like I was eating so much. I was kind of confused on timing meals, and it's just a lot to learn at once. But once you get the hang of it, obviously like anything else, it becomes second nature. So I feel like I was eating so much and I couldn't even get my meals in, and I started to eventually, because once you train your body, start eating every 2.5, 3 hours, you get hungry around that 2.5 mark. So moving on, this was April of 2022, a couple months in now. I was getting used to it, getting the hang of it, cardio, learning how to pose a little bit better, but still not as good. I was just watching videos of other competitors and my coaches competing pictures. I tried to guess on posing here, but we started posing pretty early because that was important, because I couldn't even take my check-ins right. It's important to know how to pose to take your check-ins, because that's all going to reflect of what you look on stage. So yes, I put an apple over my ass. You don't get to see my ass until show day. I do not. No free nudes. I'm starting to see a little leg shreds. I typically don't really hold, personally, a lot of fat in my legs, so my legs are always the first to lean out. And then luckily I always knew how to lat spread, because I just love doing back. Back was always my favorite day to work out. So I never had a problem with the back posing. It was more just these side poses, knowing that my hips should be facing the other way and my chest should be towards you. Absolutely knew how to pose here. We were posing every week. Cardio was bumped up to 65 minutes twice a day by this point. This was 4 weeks out from the show. Just kind of fast forwarding here because I don't want to take too much time going through every little month and week and whatever. So cardio was going up a lot. She, adjust my meals every week. Really starting to see a lot of shreds, super lean, getting that like thin skin. I was definitely getting hungry at this point. Everything was getting big on me as far as pants and clothes. You can even see my underwear here is kind of hanging in the front. And then to show day, completely shredded up. Now peak week is a whole different ball game. There's a whole process to it. The first like 3 days, I think I was on 2 gallons of water, 7 cranks of salt per meal, and no carbs. And then I got a little carbs back on the 4th day, and it was 1.5 gallons of water, but no sodium the rest of the time to show day. So my show was on Friday. This was probably Tuesday or Wednesday, if I'm remembering right. And then the next day was 1 gallon of water, and then it was like 3/4 gallon, and then the day of the show was no water at all, like just sips. I think I actually measured in a cup like 3 ounces just to kind of sip on like throughout the morning to hold me over, because your mouth gets so dry and you just get the worst cotton mouth ever. So peak week is definitely the most challenging. It's like where you really have to tap into like that dark side of just like, okay, this is like keep myself occupied, don't think about being hungry, don't think about food. It's all going to be over in like a couple days. So that's where you really just have to kind of gauge where you're at and just try to stay focused as much as possible. And then after the show comes the reverse. So you get like, my coach personally gives me, and most people recommend, like that weekend. So like you get your 3 days to binge, just splurge on everything you want and have been craving the whole prep, and then it's right back to business, because if not, your body's like a sponge. So you dry it out up until show day, and then you eat all those carbs and all that sodium and shit like that, and you just fill back up. So it's important. You look crazy the next day, like it goes to all the right places, but if you keep going, it's very easy to gain all 20, 30 pounds, whatever you lost in that prep, it comes right back. It can come back. I've seen people gain 30 pounds back in like 5 days or less. So it can happen super quick. It's important to be cautious and mindful of your binge eating and stuff like that. So the reverse is super important. So you don't go back to as low as you were show day with food, but you do go back to a lower amount of food. Process is slowly building back up to your maintenance and then going into a bulk for the off season to put on muscle. I'll tell you right now, you cannot put on muscle without putting on fat too. It's gonna happen. As you see here, by November, I was becoming a hefty bitch. Like I was like putting on weight. So we went up total this whole off season 10 pounds. So I went from I started last prep around 128. That was where I was sitting at maintenance. Went down to like 109 for show day, went up to 138 off-season bulk. So here we started putting on muscle. This might have been before or after I had a vacation in Mexico for my cousin's wedding. You can definitely see size in my legs, more width and density in my back. This reverse went really well, I think. I did gain the first 10 pounds back like pretty quick, so I had to slow down. I'm not gonna lie, that was on me. I was cheating like once a week, which really isn't bad, but you have to be cautious because my cardio got lowered to put on size, and there's a whole process to it. So please be careful with your reverse diet and your binging. The food is not going anywhere, and I'm telling myself this right now as I'm telling you guys. Don't go crazy binging. Bodybuilding, it's called a cheat meal, not a cheat day. So you get that one cheat meal, you work hard for it. Your whole prep, even like regular diets, you work hard all week and you treat yourself to that meal. You don't have a total day of binging, because then it's hard throughout the week to be like, oh, let me just have a little bite of this, let me just have a little bite of that, and then that all adds up, and then it's like you totally throw yourself off. So going from November to March, still a big bitch. So my prep started at the end of February this year because my show is 2 weeks later. So last year it was in June 2024, end of June. This year it's like mid-July, July 15th. So I had 2 more weeks to play. So last year I had started mid-February. This year I started end of February. Every year before I start prep, I have what I call my asshole weekend. And that's just the weekend I get to binge on everything. So I get sick of it and I don't crave it as much, like the first half of prep at least. Like I do have cravings in and out now, but they do go away, you know, as you get farther into prep. It's not till now, I'm like a month out pretty much, like 4.5 weeks, where I'm just hungry all the time. So I'm thinking about good and bad food. Like sometimes I just want a chicken wrap, honestly. Like not something super unhealthy like pizza, but I just want like food. I just want to eat more. Like I'm going to go over my meal plan next, but here we have March. Now we're a whole year into bodybuilding, so my body got used to it. Before I was dropping weight like that because I was not used to a bodybuilding diet. Eating 6 times a day, I sped up my metabolism. Weight came off pretty easily, and I did not have as much lose. This year, we were 10 pounds heavier, so I have more lose, more work to put in. I plateaued a couple times. It happens. This is why it's so important to have a coach, because they need to make those adjustments for you. They keep an eye on you. Like right now, I'm checking like 2 to 3 times a week because we need to be careful of what we're doing up until show day. This is crucial. This is the last month. So this was March. I was bulked up, still not really losing weight as quick. Here in April, really not that much leaner. Definitely seeing more V-taper in my back and a little more definition in my legs, but again, not a huge difference. Just less watery probably from this last picture in March, but again, still having trouble losing weight. I do have IBS. I'm going to be completely open about it. So I do get constipated easily. So with these no carb days, it kind of happens. Here's April, still looking a little thick, which is normal. You don't really see that drastic part of prep and change in yourself until the very end, as I mentioned before. So from April, I think I got stuck at 135 for a while, and then I finally dropped some pounds, and I got stuck at 130 for a while, and then now I hit my new low, which we're at 125, and we were at 127 last video, so now we're kind of coming down at a good pace. We're trying to get as close as we can to 120, and hopefully by the time we're there I can kind of lose a little bit more and then kind of hold there and hopefully get some refeeds, because I've only had one this whole prep and I had a lot, not a lot, but I had a good amount of refeeds last prep, but I was also thinner. So this is important for me to remember, because I do get in my head very easily about this. I get discouraged. I think I'm not where I'm supposed to be, but our bodies change every single year. So it's not going to be the same as last year or any year. You have to gauge with your body and adjust to it. So here's this current check-in from this week. Another apple over my ass. Again, no free nudes. But getting leaner now, starting to see a lot of difference. Definition in my legs, more definition in my upper lat here, my shoulders, the middle of my back. So we're almost there. Starting to see some abs, midsections coming in. So we're almost there. Getting those divots in my upper hips. Getting motivated. Coach just gave me the last week I was on 7 no carb days, and she's thrown like 2 or 3 at me this whole prep so far, like 2 or 3 days in a row. But now the 7 days killed me. Easy for my gut to get inflamed like that. So I do have IB Guard, which anybody can take. They sell it at Target. It's peppermint oil pills. It's great for an angry gut, and you do get a little bit of heartburn. That's it. So the game plan from now on, we're gonna have posing practice this Thursday, which I'll show you. Staying committed to my 2 videos a week. So I wanted to film a little bit of Father's Day with my dad. So Last video was posted on Thursday, so I am staying to that commitment. This is my transformation. I hope it kind of helps you see that it doesn't happen overnight. It forms over time, and it's important to remember that everything comes into play. Your sleep, your water intake, our body's changing every year, so just don't be so hard on yourself. Again, look at my pictures. I really didn't change a lot the whole first half of prep, which is very discouraging, and very easily I got in my head. So just try to remember that life happens. Your body's going to adjust to different situations. It's just up to you to control them, and just try to remember that it's going to be okay. Stay positive, stay motivated, and you'll get to where you need to be. We just pulled up at the gym. Me and Han are going to have a date day, and then we're going to go we're going to work out, and then go get some coffee.
I'm sorry.
Go on a little coffee date, and then I'm hitting a concert later with the boys. So
Cousins.
So we're gonna hang out right now. Day date.
Yeah.
Gotcha, bitch.
Sunday, happy friggin' Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Today is June 18th. We're cooking up some more chicken right now. Today on the menu I got just garlic powder, onion powder, a little bit of this sour cream and onion. It is all 0 calories as well. Also, like I said before, the granulated garlic and onion powder is 0 everything, and also has no sodium, so I'll be able to use these really close to the show, but will be pulled for peak week. Today I did my fasted cardio this morning, and then I went to the bagel shop I actually used to work at for 3 years. It was my first job ever. Rest in peace to my old boss Mo. He was the best. He passed away from colon cancer. They're under new ownership now, but they're doing a great job. So I stopped back in there, got him a lox bagel, scallion, cream cheese, everything, tomato and onion. It's the best. That's the best like cream cheese sandwich you can get at a bagel shop. Check out Lox. Don't knock it down. It looks weird if you're freaked out by like raw fish. It's smoked. It is sushi grade. Give it a try. I promise you won't be disappointed. So today the plans are, we didn't have time today, so tomorrow me and Dad are hitting the driving range. My dad loves golfing. He has a membership at his favorite golf course around here, so we're going to do that tomorrow morning. But anyway, today my mom is taking us all to an Italian restaurant with some of the family. Not all of them can make it because they have their own kids, you know, they do their own Father's Day, whatever. But the ones that can make it, my cousin Chris, it's like my brother, him and his dad, which is my dad's brother, they'll be there. Hannah's coming because her parents live in Florida now. A few of my cousins, my aunts will be there, so bring my meal, unfortunately, but at least I'll be able to smell some garlic. And if you're wondering what I got my father for Father's Day, I got him this Meyer Lemon olive oil that I got down in Cape May. You can order it online. There's the website right there. They have so many different amazing olive oils, balsamic vinegars. Go check it out. They have really good appetizer dips and stuff like that. It's just really good quality. You're able to taste test there. I've taste tested there before, so check it out. Get yourself some really good oils. It's nice to change it up sometimes rather than just olive oils. I was actually in between getting him like a white peach or a fig balsamic vinegar. They had a garlic and onion olive oil. They have so many different flavors. So yeah, go on the website, check it out. Get yourself some flavored olive oil. Also, here's the card. So yeah, go check it out. Get yourself some olive oil. It'll be worth it. Hey yo, happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to everybody.
That's it.